And the Health Secretary, Wes Streeting, has now opened formal negotiations with junior doctors today as he looks to bring an end to their long-standing pay dispute.
The British Medical Association has been holding out for a 35% pay rise for junior doctors, a figure the new Health Secretary has previously said is far too high.
Well, let's get the thoughts of Dr Laurence Buckman, former chair of the BMA's GP committee. Dr Laurence, do you sense that something has changed, a new Labour government? Do you think the BMA might budge?
I think it's an opportunity for both sides to step back from the brink of their own creation and to try and find ways of making a deal, which of course is not just about money, it's about mood music and much more. The juniors have been treated very badly for many years now, not just financially. And there's a lot a government can do that doesn't include paying money. Obviously, money will be important, and it's how that is turned into a deal. The deal is never the one you start with. It's always something else, which includes a recognition of what things you do that are worth more than they were and what things that you can change in terms of working practice and so on that would make a difference. So nobody is going into this thinking that either side will come out winners. There's no such thing as winners. It's not about victory. It's about coming to a deal that makes the NHS work, which it doesn't at the moment.
Of course, the junior doctors, the two twin heads of the Junior Doctor BMA committee, have been saying for some time that they might accept a sort of longer glide path to reach 35% pay rises. That might be a multi-year settlement that sort of ekes it up each year. Of course, that requires trust because it's not going to be written in blood. What sort of things does the Health Secretary have to say to build that trust?
Well, he can start by meaning it. A long glide path is such an obvious part of the solution. I hope they do find some way of making that work. And that's where the what I've called mood music comes in, making juniors feel valued, showing that you're no longer going to go on bad-mouthing them. I think there's lots that you can do to make people trust you. In the ultimate, two parties to any agreement have to trust each other or be prepared to go to law if they don't trust each other. But I think there are ways of making this work. He's certainly making all the right noises at the moment. And I hope both sides, like I said, step back from the brink and make something happen.
Now, we know a lot of the placards held up, we were just watching them, are, socialist workers variety at some of these walkouts, and there's quite a lot. There was a huge amount of anti-Tory sentiment, along with, of course, the asks for more pay. Do you, if you're honest, do you think that it will be easier simply because it's a Labour government and not a Conservative government?
Well, that obviously is a small factor in it, but you have to remember the class warriors are a very small number within the BMA. The vast majority of BMA members are not particularly left or right wing. The big difference is that the Secretary of State is prepared to instruct his staff to make progress, which is different from the previous deals. I have done deals with both Tory and Labour governments, and I don't see that it's an impossible thing to do. You have to start, as we've agreed, with trust and an agreement that you are there to solve a problem, not there to carry on a war. And I think once you walk away from war and the imagery of victory...
OK, well, Dr Laurence Buckman, I'm afraid that's all we've got time for, but thank you so much for joining